Hello student. So in this video we will start the crash course on GST. So GST is the first chapter in your commercial mathematics and today we will see what it is. So GST stands for Goods and Service Tax. So as you can see, this GST stands for Goods and Service Tax. What is that? It is an indirect tax that is charged on goods and services. Previously we had VAT, sales tax, but now government has removed all these taxes and now the new tax evaluation system is GST. So it is a very uniform and a proper method of taxing people that helps in preventing tax evasion. Now let us look at some terms related to GST. So the first term is dealer. Who is a dealer? Dealer can be a person or a company who is buying some goods and services. This is very important. So a dealer, if a person is buying some goods or services from other person, he can be called as a dealer. For example, the normal procedure follows like this: manufacturer, then it goes to wholesaler, then it goes to retailer, then we the consumer. So here as you can see, the wholesaler buys goods from the manufacturer. So the wholesaler can be called as a dealer. But see, the retailer also buys goods from the wholesaler. So he can also be called as a dealer. So, and the last is consumer, who is buying the goods, or we the people. Okay. Now let us look at this term intrastate sales. When a sales happen within the same state or a same union territory, it is known as intrastate sales. For example, if a manufacturer in West Bengal is selling a product to the wholesaler who is also in West Bengal, that is known as intrastate sales. Or we can say that if a retailer is buying some goods from the wholesaler and both are in West Bengal, we can say that this is a intrastate sales. But in case of interstate sales, in interstate sales what happens is that the sales happens outside the state or the union territory. For example, a wholesaler is selling a product to a retailer, but the wholesaler is in suppose West Bengal and the retailer stays in Delhi. So this type of sale is known as interstate sales. Now let us look at what is input GST, what is output GST. As I already told that a dealer is a person who buys the good. Now let us take an example. This wholesaler is buying goods from the manufacturer. So the wholesaler has to pay some GST to the manufacturer, like, right? So this is known as input GST of the wholesaler because he is buying some goods and for that he is paying some GST. But when the wholesaler is selling the product to the retailer is paying some GST, right? So the GST that the retailer is paying to the wholesaler, this is known as output GST. Since the wholesaler is getting that money from the retailer, but the wholesaler is paying to the manufacturer, that is the input GST of the wholesaler. So got it, right? The wholesaler, when he is paying to the manufacturer, that is his input GST, and when he is collecting the GST from the retailer, that is his output GST. We will look at input GST and output GST once again when we will look at the input GST credits. Okay, the GST is divided into three parts: CGST, SGST and IGST. CGST stands for Central GST, SGST stands for State GST and IGST stands for Integrated GST. One point to remember is that The central GST and the state GST are charged on intrastate sales. We talked about intrastate sales, like when the sales happens within the state. So at that time, and the CGST and the SGST is charged. The total amount of GST that is collected is equally divided among the center and the state. Now let us take an example to understand it. So here it is saying that a customer purchased a good worth 15,000. The sales is intrastate, so it has mentioned it is intrastate sales, and the rate of GST is given as 18%. So we have to find the CGST and the SGST. So as I already told that the total GST will be divided among the center and the state equally. So if the GST rate is 18%, so it will be divided as CGST and SGST. So both will be 9% each. So my total amount is rupees 15,000. So my CGST will be 9% of 15,000, which is equal to rupees 1350. Similarly, my SGST will also be 9% of 15,000. So my SGST will be also 9% of 15,000, which will be same as CGST, that is 1350. So this is all about CGST and SGST. So the main point to remember here is that CGST and SGST are charged on interstate sales, and the total amount of GST that is collected is equally divided among the center and the state. Now let us look at the integrated GST. So the integrated GST is charged on interstate sales and also on other sales like import duties, export duties and all. The main point here to remember is that the IGST or the integrated GST is fully given to the central government. There is no division among state or central. The whole amount of GST that is collected goes to the central government. We will look at the same example here and calculate the IGST. So the amount is given as 15,000 and the rate of GST is given as 18%. So IGST rate is same as GST rate, that is 18% of 15,000, which is rupees 2,700. So this is the whole amount that will be charged as IGST and will be paid to the central government. So now I hope you have a fair idea about SGST, CGST and IGST and where it is applied. So here also in this IGST section, remember that IGST is charged on interstate sales, import duties, export duties, and the whole IGST goes to the central government. Okay, now coming to a very important section, that is input GST credit. To explain you what is input GST credit, let us take an example. We will take the same example like manufacturer sells his product to the wholesaler and the wholesaler sells this to retailer. We will keep it up to retailer. Now see, let us take the rate of GST is 18%. Okay, now let us take an example that the wholesaler buys goods from the manufacturer worth rupees 50,000. Okay, so he has to pay a GST of 18%. We will calculate the whole GST. We will not take CGST and SGST individually. The wholesaler needs to pay a GST of 18% on 50,000, which is rupees 9,000. So let me write it with a different pen. So it will be 9,000. Okay, I have a habit of writing rupees like this, so some cases I might write like this, so don't mistake it. It is same as rupees. Okay, So as I was telling, the wholesaler has to pay a GST of 9,000 to the manufacturer. Now let us say that the wholesaler sells the product to the retailer for a price of rupees, let's say 70,000. Okay. Now the retailer also has to pay a GST of 18%, right? 12600. Now let's look at the wholesaler. So wholesaler paid a GST of rupees 9,000 to the manufacturer. In return, he got a GST of rupees 12600 from the retailer. Now the rule says that the wholesaler will have to pay this to the government, right? But the wholesaler will say that I have already paid rupees 9,000 as a GST. So why should I pay the whole amount? I will only pay what the balance is left. That is, the wholesaler will pay a rupees 12600 minus 9,000. That is the balance GST that is left, which is equal to rupees 3600. So the wholesaler will just have to pay rupees 3,600 to the government, because he has already paid extra of rupees 9,000 to the manufacturer as GST. So this is known as input GST credit. This is only applicable for the organization who has a registered business. So I hope you are clear about the input GST credit. So the net GST that is to be paid is output GST minus input GST. So we have to the dealer has to pay only the balance. So I hope you got what is this. Now take an example of a company A. So company A the company A pays the input GST in the form of CGST. And he collects the input GST in the form of he collects the output GST in the form of CGST. So the balance will be like the output CGST minus the input CGST, and if the amount is left, that amount will be paid by the company. Similarly, if the company pays through SGST as the input credit, then he will first subtract the output SGST from the input, and then he will pay the balance. And if the company does an interstate deal and pays IGST, then he will collect the output GST and he will subtract first the IGST. If some balance is left, then through CGST and then SGST. Don't worry, it might seem a little confusing. I have a sum where this concept will be explained in detail. So if you don't understand it, don't worry about it. Just remember that the CGST credit will be cut from CGST first, then IGST. SGST will be cut from SGST first, then IGST, and the IGST credit will be cut from IGST, then CGST, then SGST. Just remember this. We will look into this in a lot of detail when we will solve the problems. Okay, so this was all about the theory. Now we will look at some problems and see how to solve the problems involving GST.